This is a video on how to improve your shocks on a Rustler VXL or a Rustler. I'm pretty sure it would work on a Rustler, but I'm not 100% positive because I did mine on a Rustler VXL, which is this, obviously, but I'm figuring it would work because a Rustler is just a Rustler and a VXL. VXL is just with a different motor. I'm pretty sure they have the same setup and chassis. So what you're gonna want to do is, let me see if I can get a camera angle on this. So what you're gonna want to do is on this bottom arm thing that's right here, there's these, there's these optional shock adjustment parts, and you want to put one shock on the very closest part and one shock on the very outside part. And with the shock on the inside one, you're going to want to take it up to, there's actually on the back of the car, let me see if I can get better lighting. On the back of the car, there's actually these 4 holes. See those? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's those 4 holes, and when you're gonna use it, you're gonna use these top 2 holes, that one and that one, to plug in your inside shock. So you have the inside shock, then you're just gonna screw it in to that part, to the top hole right there. What's a good thing to do so you don't mess up your shocks is, God, this camera will not focus. Well, let's just wait and see if it'll focus. Whatever. What is a good idea is, because the screws that come with the thing regularly, they go plug in the outside shock to there. Those won't work for this inside shock because first off, they're not long enough, and there's some special stuff you have to do with it. And God, this camera's not cooperating. So what you're gonna want to do is take one of the screws. It's one of these silver screws. It's about 3/4 of an inch, maybe an inch long. And what you're gonna want to do is, hold on, let me get some of the stuff that you need for it. Alright, so these are the stuff you're gonna need for adjusting the new shocks. It's gonna be a screw that's about that long. It's about an inch to 3/4 of an inch. You need 2 of these washers, or actually, to do both shocks you're going to need 4 of those washers and 2 of these washers. And well, it doesn't have to be exactly like this, but it's just better. You do need these, not these exact ones, but those of some size that will fit around that. So what you're going to do is you're going to, oh, one more thing, I forgot to tell you this. Because those original holes those 4 holes that are right there, and there, those are for the mounting. Those, a piece mounts to those that, has little things here for the stampede, because this is the same part that goes on stampede. But that's what those are for. You don't have to drill those. Those will be there, and you should see them. So, oh God, I forgot to say the actual part I was talking about. But those holes, because they go to the stampede thing, you're going to have to take something. You could use a small drill bit. The hole right now is all a little bit small for the screw you're going to have to use. I'll just use this on the bottom one. It's not going to fit in there. So you can just take a regular screw that's around the size of the bolt that you're going to use. I don't know if this is a bolt or not. No, I think it's a bolt or whatever. The thing you're going to use, and then you can just screw it into the thing, and then once you have it in, you can just put put it in and out. No homo. Put it in and out. And then once you take it out, it should increase the size of the hole that's there, so this can fit in it. So this new screw can fit in it. So what you're going to do is you take your screw, and it depends what screw you use, because the screw I have has a small head on the back of it, so I have to use this washer. I put this washer on first, and then, so right now I have that washer on. Then you put the shock over it. Hold on, let me grab a shock from one of the cars. So actually, instead of taking off the inside shock, which I should have done, I took the easier one and took off the outside shock. So what you're gonna do is, well, you see how there's like this part that sticks off of this right here, where the hole will go? That's there for a reason, because if you look at these things, those things have to fit in there, right? These, because there's like a little bulge. So that's why that's the point of these washers, actually, is so it pretty much creates that bulge. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take this screw with that washer, and then you're going to take this washer, and you just put it inside. This washer will fit inside of that, and then you can just put this screw through. And this is the final washer you need. Then you just put that on the end of the screw, and it fits. So you'll have that bit extra part. And once you do that, just imagine this is the inside shock, not the outside. Like, see how that has focus? God, this camera's terrible. But this has the thing. The outside shocks don't need all these washers and stuff. They can just screw right into the thing. But once you put all those washers on, then you can screw it just right into the holes. Like, as you can see, like, that's what I've done. And you can it just adds like an extra shock, well, obviously, because. And wait, what was I saying? I just stopped the video and put this shock back on the thing. But if you have all those washers, then you screw it into the thing. That should just do that. And then this outside one, that's real simple. That's just like screw it in on the outside, screw it in on the regular one. And once you do that to both sides, make sure that, because on the thing there are multiple holes. Oh my god. How do I get this thing on? Because on the thing there's more optional holes. There's this hole that I use. Then there's this one, and around the rim of this hole it bulges out. Don't use that hole, because if you use that hole it makes the shock too close to this base frame part, and then the spring part rubs up against it and it doesn't work properly. So make sure you have it on the right one, and then you just drill it in. And you really only need this for if you're jumping it, like, cause this is actually my dad's car, and I'm just modding it and stuff, because I'm just making it better. And this is what I think is the best mod that you can do to add shocks, because it makes to upgrade your shocks. Because, oh well, the only thing is, like, if you have like a broken car or something that you're probably not gonna fix, this is probably the best way, because I don't know how much like a pair of extra shocks would cost. I'm just assuming around $25, but I mean, you can just go to Hobbytown or order them off Traxxas or eBay, just however you get them, doesn't really matter. But once you do that, it makes them a lot more springy, and it actually is kind of hard to bottom out, like just pushing down. Like before I did this, I can just like barely even put force on it, and it did bottom down. Now I actually have to put like a pretty good amount until it'll hit the ground. So, actually I'm gonna do a little comparison of the shocks like with the regular ones, because this is also my dad's car. This is his Nitro Rustler, and it has single shocks on the back. The shocks should react the same way, so let me get something to weigh them down and we'll see how they compare. Okay, just found something good to weigh them down. It's just a gas thing. It's about, 3/4 full, I guess. And first, we're gonna just put it on top of this Nitro Rustler. Yeah, hold on, let me move this. All this crap out of the way. And when you put it on it, it drops straight to the bottom. But then, when you put it on the double shock one, it doesn't. Let's see. Yeah, see, you get a 1/2 inch of clearance still, and this thing weighs like a good 5 or 6 pounds. So unless you're jumping like 30 feet high, you shouldn't get more than like 5 or 6 pounds of pressure when you're coming down. So this thing shouldn't really bottom out like ever unless you're jumping super high, like I just said. But this is about like a $25 mod, I'm assuming. So it's just, I think it's one of the easiest shock mods there is. So I'm sorry for the cameraing on this, because this camera is very, very bad. It's like 8 years old and it's bad. But it's the best I got because my other camera's broken. So, like if you like the general idea, and comment if you do. Tell me anything else you want. Oh, another thing, I forgot to say this, but I'm pretty sure this will work on a Nitro Rustler, but the only thing you'd have to do is, because the holes on it are so much closer together, you'd have to drill an extra hole somewhere in the plastic, but that wouldn't matter that much. And then just have it connecting to like that one or that one on here. So it would work on a Nitro Rustler. I'm not sure on a Bandit, because I don't know what the chassis style is on a Bandit, but if it's the same chassis style like this, I think Bandits are skinnier, so I actually think this would work on a Bandit. But this is the car I actually stole the extra shocks from. This is a Stampede, but just know, if you're going to try and do this on a Stampede, it will not work on a Stampede, because the shocks will rub against this part right here. And another thing is, because the Stampede has this back block thing, those holes won't be like there to use them anyway. So that was just a easy little bit on how to improve your shocks. Like, rate, comment, do whatever you want. Have a good day.